for your vegetable head. So you need at least 12 layers with 10 different images. First, I need to find pictures. It needs to be on a white background and they need to be high resolution. So how do you do that? So I'm going to Google Cherry. I'm going to go to Images, Tools, Size, Large. And you have to do this every time. White background. It's over 1,000 pixels. So then I right click, Save Image As. And you want to put them in a folder. So I'm going to create a folder, a new folder. And if you can't see this, hit this button. There you go. So vegetable head demo, cherry, I'm going to name it just cherry. I'm going to hit save. So then if I do a new one, tools, size, large, every time you got to reset it. And then you want to make sure that it's on a white background and it's over 1,000. So that one's not quite. This has a watermark on it, so no. So something like this is going to be harder. So it's the right amount. Here, I'll save it just so you can see. But this will be harder compared to, say, this. This one, great quality. Say right click, save image as. Okay, so you need 12 images. Whoops. So you need to make sure you have 10 different images. So I'm going to make a new Photoshop document. So I'm going to go to Photoshop. And if you're on this page, you hit New File. It's thinking. So you basically want this one. 7 by 5, 300 resolution. So I want it to go up and down, inches, 300, it's on white, I hit create. And this is here so you can see what I'm doing with my keyboard. So here's my base thing. Then I need to, file open and open my fruit pictures. File, open, and here's my vegetable head folder. We'll start with a cherry. I'm gonna hit, well, no, I wanted a Mr. Sweet Potato Head. Okay, here's my potato. And I'm gonna use that for his head. So I need to use selection tools. This is quick select. So if you see one of these, so this one's quick select. I need this one, we'll do a basic one. I want to be on the add. And you see how tiny my pointer is? I can make the size bigger. And then I could also use my bracket keys, bigger, smaller. So I'm just gonna click and drag, and since it's on a transparent background, it did pretty good, but I don't want this part. So I'm gonna go to minus, and I'm gonna put the edge of my brush where I want the lines to go. And you click and hold and drag, and it'll move it. So now the lines are where I wanna go. Now I'm going to copy it. So I'm gonna Command C, go back to my other tab and Command V. So Command C, I'm going to click on my empty screen, Command V is in Victor. And then you see how big it is. I need to go to my Move tool, and I'm going to hit Command T, we'll do Transform. And then if I hover over the corner, I can turn it. You see how this edge isn't great? For beginning selections, that's fine, but in the future, or if you're more advanced, we want to make this better. So I'm going to resize it and make that my head. If I want it to be 0, perfect 90, and then I need to make sure I hit the check mark or return. And then if I wanted to resize it again, it is edit, transform, scale, or Command T. Okay, so there's my first one. So I'm going to close the sweet potato. I don't need to save it. I'm going to open another one. I'm going to do a cherry. And again, quick select. Make sure I'm on the plus. So if I do minus, it's like not going to do anything. So I need to make sure I'm on plus. And my bracket, it's too big, so I'm going to use my bracket key to make it smaller. And then I can Command plus to zoom in. I'm going to use my bracket key to make it smaller so I can get the stem. So I'm just brushing, and the edge of my brush should be where I want it to be. I'm using the hand to the space bar to get the hand so I can move around easier instead of having to go over here to the hand. I just hit space bar. See? And then I need to go to the minus, space bar for the hand so I can move. And I want the edge. Okay, I don't want this in. So you want to refine your selections, and we will be doing more advanced selections later. I want to be on the plus. And I want to make sure my edges are nice and pretty. Okay, then I Command C to copy. Command V as in Victor to paste, and then I need to make sure I'm on my move tool. And then Command T to transform or edit, transform, scale. So I'm making a vegetable head face. This is what I made. So this one, eyes, nose, mouth, and I need 12 layers. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Background doesn't count. And then I need more. So let me fix this one, Command T. Maybe I can make hair, maybe. So you need at least 12 layers going like that. And then let me show you a harder one. So this one would be harder to select. So I could try object selection. And it's gonna do some AI. Okay, so it selected just this thing. I'm gonna say, yes, I want this. But you see how it's like cut out? Maybe I want this one instead. So it tried to cut it out for me. So here it is. I'm gonna Command C, Command V, and make sure I go back to the move tool, Command T. And that is looking kind of pixelated. It looks okay when it's big. But if your picture looks bad when it's big, you did not get a high resolution picture. So if you're trying to pick something that's not on a white background or a light background, it gets harder. Okay, so once I'm done, I need to have 12 layers. Oh, I forgot. Okay, do you see how this is underneath? So order matters. So if I want it on top, I have to click and go up, and then it's on top of everything else. If I want it below the blueberry, I have to drag it below. So order matters. So I need at least 12 layers with 10 different pictures. 12 layers, 10 different pictures. And then I need to save it a couple different ways. So I first need to make sure I save my file. So File, Save. I need to make sure I know where it's going. Oh, it already saved it, so I'm going to show file save as. So again, if you want to see, I want it in my vegetable head demo. It's a Photoshop file. It should automatically make it Photoshop. Save. I'm going to replace it because I already have it there. And then file, save as a copy. And this, you want to change it to JPEG so you can turn this one in. Save. I already made this video once, so that's why it's, and then I always hit OK. And then I'm going to take a screenshot. So screenshot, Command-Shift-4. Command-Shift-4, so you can see on my thing, and I get the crosshair. And I need to make sure I can see my layers. So I'm going to move this out of the way so I can see all my layers. If you can't see all of them, you can pull layers out if you want, so you can see all of them and make it long. So I need to make sure you can see all of the layers. So Command-Shift-4. I'm going to take a screenshot, making sure these are in there. So there's my screenshot. And then I will turn in, you're going to turn in the JPEG and your screenshot there. Oh, these are pre-done pictures that I know are high res at the bottom. Sorry, I didn't show it to you till now. Happy editing.